Hi everyone, welcome back to If My Heart Had Wings Flight Diary Before Route Episode 7. So, in the last episode, Kotori got a very exciting experience, the fact that she flew for the first time after dreaming about it for many years. So now the cockpit for the glider has been modified to allow all controls to be operated by hand, meaning that Kotori can fly despite being disabled in the legs. But for Amane and Isuka, things aren't going well still, so Isuka's trying to run away, and Amane is still angry with Isuka that Amane doodled all over Isuka's photo. And right now, we have Tatsuya asking for help. So he tried to give counseling and advice to Isuka, and near the end, he admits that he likes Isuka, and when he tried to give Isuka a kiss, Isuka saw the glider, and she ran away for no reason. And now Tatsuya is asking Aoi for help on what to do because he feels that Isuka has dumped him. So let's find out how this conversation continues from the last episode and how Tatsuya will make up with Isuka and Isuka making up with Amane. So it kind of was like that for me too. Okay? I didn't originally think about kissing her. I just went for it because that's all I could think. Or it was more like Aoi was kind of upset that Amane would just graduate and leave. And it really started to trigger his feelings, and he really gave her a kiss. Okay, so what happened then?
俺はイスカの唇の甘さを味わっていた。人生最良の瞬間だったかもしれん。
Well, I'm sure it's more than that. Well, if I know this is the Tatsuya we're talking, but I actually would rather not hear about this from another person or another guy.
そしたらあいつ急に後ろへ飛びすさって。
Okay, that's not the whole story. So, and then she ran away. So I talked about how sweet her lips are, and when I kissed her, she ran away. Really? Leaped away?
ああ、格闘ゲームでレバーを後ろに2回入れたあんな感じだ。
So undo. And what would that actually look like? And then? So what's next?
何か叫びながら
Okay.
逃げていった。
And then she screamed and ran. And it's obvious that Tatsuya is covering up some of the details. So he's trying to think of words not to make it suspicious for Aoi. Okay, so she ran.
ああ、走って逃げた。
Tatsuya sinks down even more. It must have been like going from the best moment in your life to the worst. That's true.
なあ、そんなに嫌だったのかな。俺にキスされるの。
Well, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. And hearing the situation, I cannot completely say that it isn't the case. But Isuka had also said that she likes Tatsuya too. And during the double date, they had been just like a couple, and they just had not told each other how they felt. So it really looked like they were really close together during that double date. So it's kind of awkward to hear this. Maybe she just got surprised? Well, it is a big deal being kissed.
驚くにしては反応が遅かった。
Well, maybe so surprised that she could not react quickly enough.
そうかな。
Well, I'm not sure, but you would not know unless you asked, right? But I don't think it means you've been dumped. Not yet. So she hadn't outright said that she would not date you, right? Yes. And then I'm sure you'll be fine, so don't be so pessimistic.
そうかな。
Oh, that's right. So just let things calm down a bit and then see what her response is.
そうか。お前が言うと本当にそんな気がしてくるよ。
So it feels like you're putting this in a more positive spin.
話を聞いてくれてありがとう。
But thanks for listening. Nah, well, okay, don't mention it.
じゃあ俺もう帰るよ。すまんな、こんな時間に。
Well, good luck with Isuka. I'm hoping for the best.
ああ。
Yep. And now that Tatsuya has cheered up, he quickly leaves, waving his hand. Tatsuya sure is acting cute lately. I thought as I watched him walk off. So it is looking more likely that Isuka, she was just shocked and embarrassed, and she didn't know what to do and just ran off. And that's not dumping Tatsuya. So let's see how it goes from Isuka's side.
ここは一体
So what happened? I've been wandering around absentmindedly and found myself in a lonely place.
風車の丘か。
So, Windmill Hill. So the wind turbines are spinning, giving off a low humming sound. I've been wandering around town, killing time since the morning. So many thoughts are flying through my brain, it's like my consciousness just would not return to normal.
僕はどうすればいいんだ。
My feet subconsciously drags towards the secret base. I probably just need someone's help. But I'm sure that's what she really needs now. I want to talk with someone. I want someone to listen to me. But I don't have any friends of that sort. Just one.
Amane.
So the only person Isuka can rely on is Amane. So looking at it from a distance, the office window is illuminated by some light from inside. So maybe she's still there? But okay, so I am still in the middle of a fight with Amane, so I can't just go in and talk to her. And showing my face now would be awkward.
やっぱ帰ろう。
Well, I guess I'll just go home instead then. I turn my back from the building and try walking back the other way when... So what happened?
その代わりもう逃げないでくれ。アマネや俺の前から
So
いな
Isuka
くならないでくれ。
Isuka remembers the words that Tatsuya gave her in last episode at the promenade.
そしてまた空を見上げていてくれ。俺はそんなお前の横顔に憧れて好きになったんだ。
Okay? And okay, so it's hard to see what Amane so Isuka's thinking of. Okay, so it's too embarrassing to look back on those words and all the events that happened afterwards.
いつかはヒゲが似合うな。よーし、次はおでこに肉って書いてやるぞ。
While Amane is still busy trying to deface Isuka's picture. So now that I'm done all this, it's time to put a L for loser on her forehead.
そしてそれをプリントして壁に貼ってやるんだ。
Wait, so I hear someone screaming. And for some reason, Isuka ends up coming to the secret base, even though she has second thoughts about, well, I'm in a fight with Amane, so I can't go in. And the screaming catches Amane off guard. And it looks as if Isuka saw a ghost and is trying to run away. I ran around the room over and over again until I drove the memory out of my brain. No, I gotta erase my brain of all those embarrassing memories. So having Tatsuya tell me or give me some advice and then talking about how I look really good and how I love you. So that all has to be washed out. But you know, you're running around crazy, so just calm down before you cause more damage. So how many laps did I do? Going round and round until I finally used what little strength I had. So is Isuka calmed down now? No. So what happened? Wait, so it's Isuka, so I can't talk to her. I must turn away from her. It is like I had panicked and just came into the hangar where Amane was. Wait, so I guess I did it. Amane looks like she is wondering why I'm here, but then went back to the computer to do something. And then... So, I wonder if Amane is still working on defacing that Isuka picture. Okay, and at the wrong time, Isuka... So I think she saw the picture that Amane is working on. So my face on the computer screen had been doodled all over, with no artistic quality at all, like a child had done it. So that's you, take that. Amaya says sullenly and then opened up the print menu to set up the paper. So you are angry. And Amaya's busy looking for paper now, so I want that shiny photo quality paper so I can make this doodle look really good. Amane, still sullen, loads the A1 glossy paper into the printer. Just how large is she planning to print it? So I don't know how big A1 is. So I know A4 is about the size of the standard 8.5 by 11 paper. So the letter paper, or letter size. Though the dimensions are quite, well, they're still different in the end.
ところで、何をしに来たんだ?
But anyways, what are you doing here?
あ、そうだった。
Oh yeah.
でも、
Well, you see...
言いたいことがあるなら言えばいい。君らしくもない。
Well, I want to hear it.
実はね、あまねに相談したいことがあって。相談？君が私に？
Wait, so discuss? Amane, interested in what I had to say, sat right up to listen.
実はね、五十嵐君に告白されたの。
So, I don't think that's news to Amane.
達也に？
Yes?
それで、誰かに相談したくて。
Okay, so he loves me and I need help on figuring out what to do, and I'm kind of embarrassed and I need counseling and support.
けど、そんなのできる友達は僕には一人しかいないから。
And the only person who I believe will be a good help is you.
私の顔なんてもう見たくないって言ったのは君じゃないか。何を今さら。
But then you told me earlier that you didn't want to see me again. So what's with the change of heart?
あの時はいろいろあって。
Well, things were different back then.
まあいいだろう。君はともかく、達也は友達だからな。相談くらい乗ってやろうじゃないか。
Well, okay, so I'll talk it out with you.
本
当? Really?
何せ私は彼氏いない歴0年だからな。その道にかけては君なんかよりずーっと経験豊かだ。
So, as someone who is in a relationship, I think I can lend you some help from that.
だよね、だよね。
Really?
まあな。
Sure, of course. So, now I get to be the expert.
なんて告白されたんだ?
Okay, so how did he confess to you?
あのね。
I can't really recall what happened today. Because if I get too close to that one point, then I might start running around the office again. So the kiss and Tatsuya's kind or lovey words.
最初は落ち込んでる僕のことを慰めてくれてたの。こう顎を持ってね、顔を上げさせたの。空を見上げててほしいって言って。
Okay, I went too fast. Let's see what Isuka said previously.
最初は落ち込んでる僕のことを慰めてくれてたの。そしたら。
Okay?
それで?
So, next.
それから僕のこと好きだって言ってキスしたの。
Mm-hmm.
びっくりしちゃって思考が完全に停止しちゃって、そしたらそこに
Okay.
グライダーが飛んでるのが見えたの。グライダー？ああ、小鳥が操縦していたやつだな。
So it was the glider that Kotori was piloting or flying, right? I nod.
小鳥ちゃんが飛んでるんだって思ったらドキドキしてきて。ね 二重のドキドキで心臓が壊れそうになって、そしたら走ってた、叫びながら。
And that's why I was running around and screaming.
よくわからないんだが。
But no, I don't understand all this.
そのキスから走るまでの間をもう少し詳細に描写してくれないか？
Okay, so fill me in.
できないよ。混乱しててよく覚えてないもん。
So I couldn't think that well after that kiss, so it's hard for me to recall.
じゃあどうして小鳥が飛んでると君がドキドキするんだ？それは
Because I hesitate to answer, and Amane did not push the point.
それで君はなんて答えたんだ？
So what's next?
何も。規制を上げただけで何も言ってなかったと思う。
I had been at the peak of my panic, so my memory is a little off, but I probably had not been in the state to answer with human words. So Amane thinks deeply, putting her hand on her chin. She always looks so thoughtful from the side. I always thought she looked like a genius like that.
ねえ、どうすればいい？どうしたらいいかな？
But anyways, what can I do? Amane held up her hand before I started badgering her for an answer. She wants me to wait. Okay, so let me think about it for a moment, and
私の君よりずっと豊富な恋愛経験から導き出された答えは。
so all I can think is that
答えは、達也は君に振られたと思っている。
so based on what you did, I feel that Tatsuya thinks that you dumped him. So what did Isuka say before? Let's see.
答えは、
Okay.
そうなの？
Well, from a normal person, that's what it really does look like. So when Tatsuya gave Isuka the kiss, Isuka just runs off and screams. And it kind of feels that, well, I didn't like that kiss at all.
なんで僕そんなこと一言も言ってないのに。
And now Isuka's... Okay, so Isuka's like, well, I didn't remember that part. But now that you told me, this is quite bad.
告白された時はすぐに自分の気持ちを表明しないといけない。相手の気持ちを受け入れただけでは恋人関係は成立しないんだ。そういうものなんだ。
So that's how it works then.
ああ、間違いない。
Yep, no doubt about it. Amane nods very deeply. And just because she had a boyfriend, I could not believe the confidence that Amane had when giving advice on relationships. Well, I'm sure the same thing happened to Amane as well.
すごいね。あんた、そんなことわかるようになったんだ。
And during that time, it was Kanako who gave Amane the message. So, well, even though you kind of mentioned about how you have Aoi-kun as your boyfriend, I don't think the other way is true. So, you should work harder to win him. And that was when Amane really tried her best to attract Aoi. And I always remember that when Amane was trying to talk to Aoi, she acted robotic, and it seemed unnatural. And then at one point, Amane also got movies from Kanako to watch on. This is what it's like to be in a relationship and how to win and keep one.
わかるさ。何せ 彼氏いない歴0年だからな。
And it's more like Amane got help from more people, so not just Kanako, but Agiha, Kotori, Asa, and Yoru. Amane had grown so much without me knowing.
それで君はどうしたいんだい？
So, what do you want to do? So, do you want to make up somehow?
付き合いたい。
Well, I want to make up with him. I want to go out with him.
そうか。なら焦ることはない。明日にでも達也と会ってそう告げればいい。
So, before this gets worse, you should go meet him again and tell him that.
それだけでいいの？
That's it?
ああ、それで万事丸く収まる。この私が保証しよう。
And I'm sure he'll understand. So,
おお、ありがとうアマネ。あんたに相談してよかった。
So, in a sense, it looks like Amane is the genius here. So, giving some good ideas about how Isuka can be engaged to Tatsuya and repair those ties that are about to break apart. So, I hug Amane without knowing or thinking. Totally forgetting that we had a fight. So, I'm sure they made up at this point. Amane seems to have forgotten and is smiling as well.
恋愛については私に聞くといいぞ。何せ私は大人の女だからな。
Well, I'm sure the same is also true for Isuka.
頼りにしてる。
It is so good to have a friend that I could talk to.
ねえ、あんたと水瀬くんってどっちから告白したの？
Okay, so let me hear about your steps to confession with Aoi-kun.
ん？葵からだ。
Wait, so with Aoi-kun,
やるじゃん。どんな風に言われたの？
Amai looks away for a moment and then closes her eyes slowly.
あれは私の引退の日だった。私はみんなにお別れを告げるのが嫌で、一人で朝早くガレージに行き、荷物を片付けていたんだ。そこに葵が現れた。私は葵にさよならを言ってガレージを去ろうとした。その時だ、彼の手が私の手を取ってこう振り向かせた。そして次の瞬間、キスされてた。あれが私の初めてのキスだった。そしてその後、好きだって言われた。すごいね。男の子って告白するとき、キスもワンセットでするものなんだ。ああ、そうだ。どうやらそれが告白の流儀らしいな。
Well, I didn't know that. But I thought it is passionate and kind of romantic. I definitely know how Tatsuya felt back then. Like those feelings are flowing into me.
それから付き合ってるんだ。ああ。
Well, maybe.
ん？
Amane had a strange facial expression all of a sudden. Something isn't quite right.
あれ？確かあんたが引退したのってもう結構前だよね。あんたたち付き合いだして間もないって言ってなかったっけ？そうだったかな。
So, yes, you're right, and yeah, just forget about it, says Amane. She's trying to whistle, even though she is terrible at this, she's definitely hiding something.
そういえばさ、こないだ言ってたエア彼氏歴1年事件って何？
So it did happen. Amane's forehead begins to sweat a little. Yes, so I think that's one of the blemishes, so just forget about it, and it seems like I had stumbled into the core of mystery.
笑わないか。
Well, if I tell you, will you not laugh? Cause it'll make me feel bad. I won't. I answer with a straight face. I don't know what kind of incident that is, but I wouldn't laugh about my friend's relationship. Amai stares at me for a bit and then comes up close to my ear. Okay, so this is what happened, you know, this and that, and Okay, I get it, I understand.
というわけなんだ。
And Isuka did laugh in the end.
やっぱバカだ。あんたほんとバカすぎるよ。グレートバカだよ。
I couldn't help but roll on the floor laughing, tears holding my stomach. So this is way too amusing. And Amai puffs up her face and glares at me.
笑わないって言ったじゃないか。
There you go.
ごめん。でもこれは。
Well,
笑わずにいられますかっての。
I can't help it. I try not to laugh, but my abs are cramped up and I gave in. Or I give in. I just let myself laugh as much as I needed to. I think that's a lot. Okay, so it looks like Isuka has let out all of the laughter that was inside her.
もう落ち着いたか。
And I'm sure all that has made Amane feel upset.
なんとか。
Okay, so it's all good.
なんだ。もうイスカのことは二度と信じない。君はやっぱり嘘つきだ。ごめんって。でもあんた、その話聞いて笑わない人なんかいないよ。
But you know, your story was too funny.
一応言っておくが、私だって少しはおかしいと思っていたんだぞ。
Okay, I admit.
どんな風に？だって全然楽しくないじゃないか。好きな相手と会わないでいるなんて。
That's true.
だから世の中のカップルたちはおかしなことをするもんだなと思っていた。そりゃそうだわ。でも今はちゃんとお付き合いしているぞ。
Okay?
ああ、うん。それはこないだのダブルデートで嫌ってほど見せてもらったよ。あまねがあんな風になっちゃうんだもんね。君が言ってたんじゃないか。恋をすると瞬く間に世界が輝き出すって。
Okay, that's interesting.
君の言う通りだったぞ。恋とは素晴らしいものだった。
Well, I had said that. I might have said it when I was talking about what I liked about Tatsuya. Back then, I used to tell Amane whatever popped in my head at the time.
そんな言葉を覚えてくれてたんだ。
And that kind of makes me happy.
ねえ、水瀬くんのどこを好きになったの？
So, going to you, what do you like about Minase-kun?
そうだな。やはり優しいところだろうか。一緒にいてとても安心するんだ。うんうん、そういうとこあるね、あの子。
But that sounds kind of broad, and it's not convincing.
五十嵐くんは
温かく見守ってくれる感じだけど、水瀬くんは一緒に寄り添ってくれる感じ？
それから、たまにドキドキさせてくれるところかな。
どんな風に？
だから、いきなりキスされたりとか、他にも。
So Amane blushes and starts to fidget. Well, I never seen Amane like this.
恋ってすごいな。あの天音をこんな可愛い女の子にしちゃうんだ。
葵と一緒にいるとドキドキする。安心もする。それから、可愛い。
So now I wonder what makes Aoi-kun great.
わかるわかる。水瀬くんってなんか可愛いよね。
Yeah, so it's true.
しっかりしてるんだけど、少年っぽいっていうか、まあ、年下だもんね。
すごく目が綺麗で、世界をまっすぐに見てる。私は時々この世界が嫌になる。人の心を醜く感じることがあるんだ。けど、葵といるとそうじゃないってわかる。小鳥やアゲハや朝や夜や、みんなもそうだ。すごくまっすぐで綺麗な目をしてるんだ。
So the same applies to all his friends.
そういう子が集まってきちゃったんだね。
She looks at me and giggles cutely.
君のノートのおかげだな。
But you know, it all started from your notebook or your flight log.
それは関係ないよ。たまたまだよ。
Well, I'm sure it's no coincidence because that was kind of like the starting point. So if it wasn't for the notebook, then none of this would have happened in the first place, per Amane. I hesitantly answered, blushing deep red. I don't know that people had been talking about me that long ago.
イスカはどうなんだ？達也のどんなところを好きになったんだ？
Well, I'm sure there are more reasons from Isuka for Tatsuya. So where do I start?
やっぱりかっこいいとこだよね。ちょっと怖そうな顔してるんだけど、目は優しいんだよ。
なんとなくわかるぞ。
背も高いしさ、がっしりしてて男らしくって、ちょっと低めの声も素敵なんだよ。
That's true.
それから僕の夢を聞いてバカにしなかった。
And he supports my dream despite it sounding crazy.
驚いた顔して笑ってくれた。あの時の笑顔はまるで真夏の太陽みたいに眩しかったな。
And I thought about the time I had seen him smile. Boys are so cunning. And I'm pretty sure that girls could not pull it off pull off a smile like that.
恋愛をマスターした私だからわかることだが、達也は確かにいい男だな。
So basically, I understand.
偉そうに。てか、恋愛経験なくても普通わかるよ。五十嵐くん、超モテてたじゃん。
そうだったか？
So really?
まあでも、あんたがそんなんでよかったわ。僕、ずっと五十嵐くんは天音のことが好きなんじゃないかって思ってたもん。
どうしてだ？
だってさ。
So I stare at Amane's bulging chest.
そのおっぱい。
I felt my own and dropped my shoulders in disappointment.
おっぱいか？そういえば、 男子はおっぱいが好きなんだったな。
何それ、どういうこと？どういう意味の発言ですか？
アゲハたちが言ってたんだ。男子は大きなおっぱいが好きだって。どうやら葵も好きみたいだぞ。
And there's no reason to flaunt this.
どういう風に？なんで好きって知ってるの？
I'm sure it's more like Ageha and Katori either telling Amane or making small non-verbal glares, and I'm sure being jealous is on top of that.
なんでって。
やっぱいいです。
Well, never mind.
っていうか、あんたそれ人に言わない方がいいよ。かわいそうだよ、水瀬くんが。
そうなのか？じゃあ、あれも言わない方がいいのかな？
Okay, now I am really curious. But I felt like I should not ask.
それにさ、あんたコンタクトにしてから女子力上がりすぎだし。
Well, you look better with contacts, still.
てか、あんたなんでメガネしてんの？
これか？これはイスカへの反逆だ。君が言ったことの反対をしてるんだ。
Because of you, so I was going against you, so I went back to glasses. She says in such a triumphant manner, but the act itself is pretty childish.
まあ、もう彼氏いるし、いいのか。
Looking at her now, she actually did look pretty cute with glasses on. So I guess it was the same regardless.
でも、よかったじゃないか。達也が好きなのがイスカで。
But I'm sure Tatsuya likes you.
五十嵐くんのキス、素敵だった。
But I wonder if the other way around is true. So does Tatsuya feel that Isuka loves him back? Because
唇柔らかくって、まつげとか男の子のくせに超長くって、ほんと綺麗な顔してるんだ。それに、なんだか甘い味がしたの。
葵だってそうだぞ。すごくジューシーなんだ。
五十嵐くんは爽やかなレモン味だもん。
私はジューシーなメロンの方が好きだぞ。レモンなんて酸っぱいだけだ。
uh-oh, it sounds like a fight is going to happen again.
何よ。
And thankfully, someone's grumbling brings this to an end. So, a monstrous snore reverberates through the room.
君が果物の話をするから空腹なのを体が思い出してしまったぞ。
So once again, the usual problem with Amane forgetting to eat, and now that she's taken a step back, she can feel that she's hungry.
僕も、そういえば朝から何も食べてないや。
Oh, so Isuka is hungry too.
何か食べ物はなかっただろうか。
So do I have any leftover snacks or food that we can share?
あったポテチだ。
Okay, we have chips
プリッチもキノコとタケノコの山里もある。
and all the other junk food.
大量だ。
That's good.
でも食べていいの？誰かが置いてたおやつでしょ？
Wait, so are those ours to eat?
小鳥のだったらきっとチョップされるが、でもお腹が空いてるからしょうがないんだ。食べよう。
Well, I don't care.
その理屈全然わかんないけど、まあいいか。
Well, I have to buy these snacks again to replace them anyways.
飲み物もあるぞ。
And plus drinks.
僕サイダー。
私はいちご牛乳。
Spreading out all these snacks on the desk is actually pretty exciting. It's almost like a tea party at night. And the dim light reminds me of the garage that we used to spend a lot of time in.
さあ、恋バナ第2ラウンドだ。
We really get into talking each other while eating snacks. Okay, so it's now getting late, and so I feel that I don't think Tatsuya and Amane were really close together. It was just that they were classmates, and I didn't really see any hints of romance between them at all. And for Aoi and Amane, so I feel that when Amane mentioned that she was going to graduate and depart the soaring club for good, it really hurt Aoi given that Amane has looked forward to this for many years, hence being the super repeater student, so wanting to get the glider finished for the morning glory. And I'm sure he did have some feelings for Amane, but it was just not evident until Amane's route. Well, I lost track of how much time had passed. It is silly and didn't mean anything, but we are absorbed in the conversation even though we kept changing topics. Amane stuck her head into the empty bag of potato chips and tilts her head. So all the chocolate, snacks, and drinks are completely gone. We had devoured all of them in the blink of an eye.
昔さ、ガレージに遅くまで残ってこんな風におしゃべりしたよね。
ああ、そしたら飛岡先生が来てよく叱られた。
Oh, so back then, Tatsuya Sensei, he already knows about the garage and the soaring club, and it's like, well, when we stayed over, he would come in and yell at us. So come on. So after hours is not for kids. You guys, or you girls, should be home by now for tomorrow's class.
でも最後はほどほどにしろよって言って許してくれたよ。
But he would let us off the hook anyways.
そうだったかな。
なんだかあの頃に戻ったみたいなんて。
ならどこへ行かないか?
Okay, so let's hang out and let's make it like it was back then. So revisit those old times.
あっちの方があの頃の空気に似てる。
There you go, so same atmosphere. So the hangar is dim. And in the corner is the disassembled glider sitting there.
綺麗な機体だね。
アゲハたちが作ったからな。私たちのものとは大違いだ。
So I moved closer and ran my hand over the smooth surface of the main wing. So I'm pretty sure Isuka has come to the hangar a few times, but now that she doesn't feel alienated from the soaring club, she now gets a chance to take a look at this glider in more detail and see the changes that the current soaring club have done to the glider. So the new design.
すごい子たちだよね。こんな綺麗な翼を作ってあの雲の回廊まで飛んじゃうんだもん。
And wings that are properly crafted, unlike Amane. Amane squints her eyes and looks at the glider.
この翼であの雲の回廊を飛んだ時、本当に世界が一変したよ。暗闇に光が差し、 まるで世界が新しく生まれてくるような、そんな瞬間を見たんだ。
I felt my chest sting a little as I saw Amane talk about this. The words trapped within my chest are waiting to come out.
ごめんなさい。
どうしたんだ？
手紙のこと。
I mumble softly.
あ
ずっと手渡されずにいたなんて知らなかった。
それでよかったんだ。今だったから私は立ち直ることができた。
Amane had never got my letter because Tobiuku-sensei held on to it. I found out about it when Tatsuya had brought it up the other day.
でもそのせいであんたを長い間あのガレージに閉じ込めちゃった。
私の好きでしたことだぞ。謝られるのは心外だ。
Well, I did that on my own will, so it wasn't your fault or anything. Amaya says it like it's nothing, but it must have been very lonely in the garage all by herself, especially after Tatsuya left.
それに僕はあの手紙があんたを傷つけるって分かってた。なのにあんなこと書いて。僕は卑怯者の嘘つきだ。
So this was from the original title, Amai's Root.
恥ずかしい。消えてしまいたい。僕の最後のお願いを聞いてくれるかい？僕のこと忘れてください。それで君は本来君のいるべき場所へ行ってください。ごめんね、アマネ。
I had been so selfish. If I had to leave, then I could not have. Also, couldn't I have written a kinder lie that would not have hurt Amai's feelings? But, however,
葵がこんなことを言っていた。君は私と親友でいたいから本当のことを書いたんだって。君は私と対等でいたかった。それが友達というものだからだ。そのためには真実を告げないといけなかった。もし嘘をついたまま別れだけを告げてしまったら、イスカ自身私を親友と思えなくなってしまうから。つまりこういうことだ。イスカは今でも私のことを親友と思ってくれている。
そんなこと言ったの？
ああ、私にはそれで十分だった。君がまだ私を親友と思ってくれているだけでな。葵の解釈は正し…
その通りだよ。
hold on, I went too fast, so let's see what Mai said.
葵の解釈は正しかっただろうか。
Okay? I am holding back the tears in my eyes as I answer.
そんな風に言ってくれたんだ、あの子。
And I could not thank him enough. Saying such kind things about me even though we never met.
だから私は飛べたんだ。君との約束を信じて。あの空を。
Amane says cheerfully. I could tell from the expression the confidence she had gained from overcoming that goal.
イスカは療養所にいたんだろう？
うん。アマネも五十嵐君もいなかった夏休み、僕は焦ってテストフライトをやろうとして事故を起こしてしまった。その後学校を退学してお父さんの言いつけでうちの別荘にいたんだ。何もする気が起きなくて、このまま死んでいくんだろうなって思ってた。そんな時だよ、あの不思議な雲とそこを目指すグライダーを見つけたのは。
私の引退フライトの時だな。
アマネが乗ってるなんて知らなかったよ。でもあの光景を見て胸が高鳴ったんだ。ドキドキして知らないうちに拳を握りながら雲へと向かうグライダーを心の中で応援してた。
Okay?
あんなにドキドキしたのは久しぶりだった。まだ僕の中にもドキドキはあったんだなって思い出させてくれた。
それで別荘を出たのか？
And that's when you stood up? I devoted myself to rehab and finally was able to leave the villa.
それからは大学へ行くための勉強をしてた。また一からやり直すつもりで。そこにある朝突然五十嵐くんが現れたんだ。
And then Tatsuya appears.
驚くうちのお手伝いさんたちを押しのけて大声で僕の名前を呼んで、事情も言わないまま半ば無理やり僕を助手席に押し込んで、うちは大騒ぎだったんだから。
So I'm sure for the hospital's like, hey, so some guy is kidnapping a patient. We got to stop this from happening.
それから走りながら教えてくれた。今まさにアマネが雲の回廊を目指して飛ぼうとしてる。
Because the moment of truth is happening.
それを聞いたとき、一瞬で血が湧き立つようだった。ずっと眠らせていた熱い血が体中を駆け巡ったんだ。
間に合ってよかった。達也のおかげだな。
ありがとうアマネ。あの雲の回廊を飛んでくれて。僕の嘘を嘘じゃなくさせてくれて。
So so my lie became a reality. So it was no longer a lie.
ああ、それでこそ親友というものだ。
Amane says with confidence. And it's like my best friend had grown up without me noticing. So what else is wrong about Isuka? So I'm going to leave this to the next episode, and I'm guessing the next episode will be the last one for the before route. So there are a lot of information in this episode, and we got to hear the story in Amane's route from Isuka's perspective. So when Isuka got into the incident, she dropped out because of her father, and it seemed like her father was trying to hide all this underneath the covers. So the father is one of the board members for Keifu Academy, and I'm guessing Keifu was trying to defend Amane because she's a one-of-a-kind, so she's this super genius, and they don't want to destroy the golden goose. But for Toriyuki Sensei, so he was Isuka's homeroom teacher, he feels that the school had too much bias on Amane, and he really wanted to shake things up. It's like, well, I want people to realize the truth. It's that Amane is the one who's causing all this by giving Isuka a false sense of reality, by having her do things that she physically can't do because of her weak body, and by supporting the Soaring Club, that's how Amane is ruining Isuka. So Toriyuki, that's why he wanted to shut down the Soaring Club once and for all, and he thought he had his chance when Amane was going to graduate early and move on to college and become a professor. But she came back, and then when Amane graduated again, well, she was forced to, she came back as a teacher. And that pretty much made Toriyuki Sensei super angry. But he was caught red-handed when he tried to physically destroy the Soaring Club himself. So he, on a rainy night, he grabbed a rock and was going to, I think it was a crowbar instead, and he was going to destroy the winch that is used to get the glider off the ground. It's like, well, by destroying the winch, that will permanently disable the soaring club. And when he was caught, he was forced to admit the truth, and that's when he gave Amane that letter from Isuka that he's been holding on to for a long time. So we'll see how they reconcile and whether or not Isuka and Tatsuya can finally connect as a romantic couple in the next episode. So with that in mind, I'll see you later.